Hey guys, SaveAsUntitled here, and welcome to the Season 2, Episode 5 of The Ranking Show, where this week we're going to be recapping Saving Mr. Lombardi 2, a very exciting event from this weekend, where iBDW earned his way into Summit, and a bunch of other interesting and weird results happened. We'll be going over that. Speaking of Summit, we'll also be looking at the voting. I did a video on that today. You should go check that out first if you're watching the VOD right now, or, well, yeah, not watch the stream, because you're here live for the stream, we will talk about, like, how the voting, how I think it's going to turn out, how I want it to turn out, and I'll give my, I don't want to give, like, super official endorsements, but I'll tell you the 4 people I want and the 4 people I think are most likely to do it, and then we'll finish off the show with a weekend recap of the other tournaments that happened this weekend that I think were of note and super, super interesting. And yeah, so we can get into the proper show. I can switch over from the Pokemon Coliseum music. I gotta find some nice way to transition between the two. I'm still working on making it, getting this fancy stream going. But yeah, so what I have not looked at. So I have the notepad saved of all of my predictions I made for these pools from Saving Mr. Lombardi. Let me jump over to the pools real quick. You guys already know that Fiction won the tournament, only dropping a set to Lucky, and Cody fought his way really strong through losers to get the Summit spot. So we're not super burying the lead on that. But before, I want to see how wrong I was, because all these pools went big sideways. They went very, very sideways from expected. So let me open these 4 up and make me look like an absolute goofball. A goon, a goblin, a dork. All right. Well, I don't need anything to look at dork. Save Mr. L. All right. So I guess I was kind of right on the money on who was going to get the Summit spot. I really thought it was coming from the Triff iBDW pool. I didn't expect the Triff iBDW pool to play out with Army getting second. I didn't think Westballs was... So Westballs, if you didn't see the tweet, he allegedly thought that, oh, everyone got out of pools on winner's side, so he wasn't trying. So, like, whatever, homie. I'm not sure if I 100% believe that. And maybe, like, the thing for West to get better again, finally, maybe I just have to, like, start talking that mess on him. That's what it worked last time when they said he had to get worse. But yeah, let's see how good was I. It sucks I accidentally deleted the second half of this, but it probably stopped me from embarrassing myself. Very wrong about Bimbo. Bimbo had a horrible weekend. Bimbo did not perform up to snuff, did not make it out of the pools, lost to Noel. Can we talk about Noel for a second? Noel not only made it out of his pool, but made it out as third. Noel, to be fair, lost the run back against Keizu as soon as he got out of the pool, yeah. But still, another incredible weekend. Bimbo win, Lucky win, Fizz win, Zio win. A lot of really, really quality wins. Obviously, the Lucky one is the one that stands head and shoulders above that, which is really incredible to see. I think he only needed to take, if I'm remembering the order of matches properly, I think he only needed to take a game from Lucky to make it out of his pool, but he went off and was just like, yeah, I'll beat him, no problem. So, great weekend for Noel. So, we gotta wait for, well, I do have this pulled up. So, the thing that happens when we go to every tournament, and this was like an okay tournament for Noel, right? Losing to Prof and Ginger, did you beat anyone of note? Nah. But this is what Noel was bouncing back from earlier in the week. If y'all haven't seen this already, again, I hate to make every week the Dunk on Noel show, but he took a not so great. And this is the point in the show where Noel's gonna pop up and be like, "Man, why are you talking shit?" I was like, I just want to say nice things about Noel, but I have to bring up that earlier in the week he lost to Matt.Zeb, but he bounced back with a really great performance at there. Oh my, there, literally. I feel like you were waiting for that, Noel. Yeah. But I was just saying how no problem bouncing back from a iffy performance earlier in the week to at the bigger event, performing up the stuff, beating Lucky, already building up a really incredible list of wins for top 100. I forget the full list off the top of my head. No, I did see your tweet. Looking really good. It's hard to judge what the landscape of the top 50 is going to look like at this moment so far, but if we're operating under the same, like, nomenclature is not the word I'm looking for. If we're operating under the same thing we were kind of in the summer, where a lot of people had bad losses and it was really, or at least in my eyes, a lot of people had bad losses and it was wins that carried you, I don't think top 50 Noel is a crazy thought so far. So we'll see. We'll see about that. No, I don't think we needed Prof Null for the would that have been the 4th time in 2 weeks? I don't think we needed Prof Null for a 4th time. But yeah, I was right about one. This was actually, I was picking who was the player who was going to get first in the pool, and I was picking the player who's going to get last in the pool. You can ignore everything else. But I think obviously Baking Fiction is the number 1 pick in this pool was kind of pretty obvious. And also Spark, very, very underperforming this weekend. Didn't make it out of the pools. Losing to Null. Beating Null. Almost picking up one over Spark, which, not that Null needs another top 50 win, but really, yeah. So only beating Null and Bimbo, the 2 players who kind of, well, Null got 3rd in the pool and Bimbo got 6th in the pool. So no real parallel between those 2, but yeah. Chu's thinking about switching characters? That's wild. That I mean, Chu's been playing like 60 different characters forever. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see him switch over. It seems like, again, the whole wobbling bans and like discussions on Ices being good and bad always comes in waves. So we'll be big anti-Ices for a little bit now, and then we'll go back. Yeah, the legendary Chu Fox, yuck. Yeah, but for this pool, 1 right, 1 very, very wrong. For C2, 1 kind of right. I guess it really doesn't matter too much between if I were to cover my ass. Army's performance here is really great, and I think some of the melee stats guys were saying that, bringing this up, and it's a good point. Yeah, Army did beat Triff twice, and Army, I believe they were saying in this first set, I don't think I got to watch it. No, this is the first set. He 4-stocked him on FD, if I remember that's what they were saying correctly. No, but the melee stats guys were saying that Mutaking was able to beat Army that's playing this good. Shows incredible fortitude, maybe is the word I'm looking for describing Mutaking, who's historically had a lot of issues in that matchup, but face roll win, 2 Triff wins as an Ices player. Nuts, Albert win, iBDW win, Squid win. And I think Keizu is known to be historically bad against Ices, but Triff is the one who drops the sets to the Ices. Really, really interesting results out here. And Prof is known, they brought it up on commentary as well, that Prof used to live and be good friends with, was it Johnny Fight? I forget if it was Johnny Fight or I can't think of the other prominent European Alpha Dash. Yeah, they said Johnny. So whoever's on commentary said Johnny Fight, and hey, you should be glad that I remember 2 players. That's close. That's close enough. The Far East Coast is hard to remember anyway, guys. I only know about West Balls and Null. Those are the only 2. And HBox. Those are the only 3 players in Super Smash Bros. Melee that I care about. Yeah, but also the iBDW win, pretty incredible for Army. I forget how Chudat did at that. Oh, great code. Thank you for the sub. 2 months in a row. Let's go. Save W's in the chat. Yeah, but insane. Very much Army's going to be retaining his spot in the top 50. Also, Army was coming off a really good Genesis. I forget. DB Plop? Let me double check that real quick. A big old pog. Army's already having a hell of a year. He beat Homemade Waffles. Oh, and Big Dref in that lovely, lovely set. But yeah, he's out here slaying peaches this year. Beat Aura, beat Plup, beat Homemade Waffles, beat Big Dref, beat Tuesday. What a damn. Army's making a case for the best Ices in the world. It's a shame Wobbling's going to be banned everywhere and anywhere. Coming soon to a theater near you. Yeah, but I think Army was probably the most surprising, if not... Yeah, probably the most surprising, I'd say, of most surprising positive performance. I think someone like Bimbo super underperforming, or Triff losing to Ices. Also, Chris Symbol, thank you for the Twitch Prime, subbing for 2 months. If you rank players by if all players played 100 tournaments, shouldn't it specifically specify in these tournaments if wobbling is allowed? That is a good question, and something that will have to definitely think about moving forward if the wobbling ban kind of travels far and wide. I've never really thought about that because the wobbling ban has only been like here, there, and everywhere. Well, not he, that would have been the opposite. The wobbling ban has been sparse, like sprinkled in, so I really haven't had to think about that. Hey, Livingstone on board of Twitch. Yeah, but that's something, Chris, I'll definitely have to keep in mind moving forward. Do we have to let me run through the how the pools went to my prediction real quick and covering these big players before we talk about non-top 50 player hugs. I mean, we could talk about the Hugs Biz set was like the saddest thing in the world. I mean, I was cutting potatoes while I was watching it because like I knew there was no point in putting my full attention on that. And then it was not worth my full time. This pool, I think most people were probably most surprised by how this went. S2J in the pool of death against a lot of players who should have given him a hard time making it out. Did he even drop? Dropped to Prof and iBDW. He did not drop a single set in the pool of death and only one game to Ice, Abu, and West. Wow. It's really such a shame. S2J was a couple of hits away from, well, did that game go to game 5? No. But that was a very, both these games felt like pretty close. S2J was playing really, really well. Cody was playing really, really well as well. But what was I saying? It's such a shame that Johnny's not going to be able to make it to the Summit. I don't know if he was in the nomination phase, but nonetheless, him playing his ass off, having an incredible tournament here, and also having an incredible Genesis. I believe he was one of them who got 13th, losing the Nun, and I forget who his winner's side lost. 13th, Nun and Zane. Yeah, because Zane has been working on that matchup a lot. You could see there. But again, a real... And beat the Falcon Slayer Ryo beat. Yeah, it's a real... Johnny's gotten real close. It looks good. Hopefully he's able to still keep carrying this momentum because he ended off 2019 looking a little rough, not playing super, super great. So it's good to see him like very confidently beat the ass of everyone except the 2 Green Foxes that he needed to beat to work his way into the bracket. He did, is that the run back? Yeah, he beat Prof in the run back, but he couldn't best Cody. Cody was playing like a man possessed. But yeah, so close. He was a win away here from making it into Summit and 2 wins away from making it to Summit at Genesis. Real rough go of it, but it's good to see Johnny coming back to form, and hopefully it doesn't really affect him moving forward. He said he's on stream. He's going to start grinding again. That's good to hear. I'm excited to see Johnny. And hey, maybe WizRobe will continue to perform like garbage and Johnny will be the best Falcon in the world. We can only hope. That'd actually probably just be really good for HBox. So maybe most people will not be hoping for that. But I digress, talking about my pal Weston Dennis losing to Mike Hayes, losing a close set to Ice, losing to Abu. This was the big, when he was talking about, like, oh, I was memeing that, like, I didn't know that people went out in loser's side in the round-robin pools. He was saying that about the Abu set. I don't super buy it. Trying to predict how West Balls is going to do at any tournament. It's whatever here nor there. Has he started campaigning for Summit yet? Because he did no campaigning and he's still in for voting. Which even makes me want to have someone else out in the spot. And we're going to talk about Summit stuff a little bit later in the show. Well, after we wrap up talking about Mr. Lombardi. So we talked through this pool of players. I was too mean to Chillin in my last video. I held back. Like, that was me holding back on Chillin. Like, I could have... Well, we'll talk about when we get to the Summit portion. But, like, I don't want Chillin to make it in the Summit, but he probably will. Oh, yeah, but West Balls underperforming. Ice having a weird performance in this pool. Well, I guess it's just beating West Balls. And then Abu's probably the player who overperformed. Well, I think S2J overperformed a lot here. Abu won his way out of the bracket, the pools leading into this one, and then beat Weston, Ice, and Nut. Well, Nut, I think that was one of the last. That was the last play-in match. Yeah. So some alright wins. We kind of already knew that Abu was good. Abu's been good. I think it's medical school that he's going to that's like keeping him from like competing heavily. But yeah, we knew Abu was good. Nothing real surprising here. And how did this go based on my projection? I said West. Yeah, West Ginger. I got one right. I think all these pools I'm getting one. The Johnny just terrorizing this pool was a huge surprise. And then this last one, yeah, like I said, see, I again got one right. I said from the jump, so I don't feel like too wrong about this one, is that this pool was going to be feast or famine for face roll because of all the Fox players we saw with before Kodorin and Nutt got here. So it was really going to depend on how well face roll was playing against Foxes this day. Oh yeah, and game count is the tiebreaker, not head to head, was a little odd. Yeah, and face roll was also TOing, but I really thought it depended on this tournament if he was going to do it or not, depending on how well he's playing against Fox and losing the mic, losing the prof, losing the S2J. Like, once I saw, I forget which of these matches came first, but once I saw that he dropped the set, I think it might have been Mike. Maybe I'm remembering wrong, but after I saw that, it was not looking pretty for the boy. And really shame, close set with Army. I think he tweeted out something about not, like, playing up to his full potential, and I definitely see that here, especially because he was TOing and all that jazz. Still heartbreaking that he was a game away from making it at Summit, but we still know face roll is a fantastic player, and I expect really great things moving forward from him. Kodorin was so close. Was Kodorin a game away? It was 8-11, and face roll was 8. Yeah, he was a game away. Kodorin was a game away from making out of the pool, and face roll not even making out. Wow, that sucks. Who do I think will win Summit? HBOXX. Next question. Was there any other interesting matchups you guys were saying that happened in the pools leading up to it? Obviously, we have the Hugs losing to Squid and Bizarro Flame, which, again, the decline for Hugs continues. But it doesn't seem like Hugs' major focus is on competing right now, so that makes a lot of sense. Curve popped off. Blassie had a really good tournament as well. We talked about that a little bit earlier. Squid, Fran's playing it close. Biz almost made it into a pool. How did Ringler beat anyone of note? Bird Person, Venti, East Coast Jeff, Scrub Up. No names I know. Android Zero almost beat Hugs. That would have been cool to see. Android Zero plays Falcon, correct? Well, I guess, yeah, so that's a pretty favorable matchup for him. Sucks he wasn't able to finish that off. And the Hugs Eddie set was kind of not great for either player. Yeah. Yeah. Mewtwo Kid. Hugs is just focused on taking down the Nintendo Corporation too much. But I think we can go look at the final bracket, but I think we've really already discussed through these players everything I want to talk about from Saving Mr. Lombardi. A lot of players really standout performances. Army had a great weekend. Face Roll had a bit of an underwhelming weekend. West underperformed. Noel overperformed. Triff definitely, I don't think he super underperformed. Well, him losing twice to Icy's can be classified as underperforming. Lucky played pretty well. Cody played pretty well. Cody probably overperformed a little bit. Fiction held his #1 seed. Ginger performed kind of as expected. Yeah, I think we've pretty highlight. Blassie overperformed. Yeah. Abu overperformed. And I think, that does it for the discussion of Saving Mr. Lombardi. Triff's just picking up more and more bad matchups as we move through the years. Triff's going to get... It's a shame Triff... Well, I guess it really couldn't work out for Triff at Summit if there was an Icy's Falcon... what's the other matchup that he's not great at that I'm forgetting? Puff. Yeah, it would be an Icy's, a Falcon, and a Puff walk into a set, walk into a pool, and Triff just quits Melee forever. So that brings us over to, on our topic list, to our second one, which is the final Summit voting. If you haven't watched my video already this week that I put out, well, I guess the video that I put out earlier today, it goes over the specifics of the voting process and gives you a little bit of background to all the players if you're not super familiar with what they've done recently or just kind of needed a bit of a refresher. So since then, Moki is still right on the tail of pricing. I think they were at most recent 100 votes away from each other, but now they're chasing each other. So probably would you guys rather hear me talk about who I want to make it in the summit first, or who I think is going to take? So there's 4 final spots. 2 are going to go in at 3 p.m. Pacific tomorrow. 3 p.m. Pacific? Yeah, 12 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern tomorrow, and then the on the 4th, and then on the 6th, yeah, the final 2 will be, and also the bottom 3 will be eliminated. Who I want? Okay, so the players that I would want to make it. Also, Bobby's getting in striking distance. So 4 players out of these I would want to make it. Ryobeat is an obvious choice because there's so many spaces already in attendance, and I wish there's a better way to... Can I, like, zoom in and get full names? Oh, wait, it's Smash GG. Everything sucks. Cool. There's got to be... Wait, if I do, like, this, and then I do, like, this... There we go. We figured it out. We cracked the code. So... Deadass on jaw. Yeah, but Ryobeat obviously, and in the lead now, is my first pick. He's the only non-spacey player besides Bambi left in contention for the tournament, and I'd really like to see a bit more of character variety, as well as I would want to see Ryobeat get the run back against Wizrobe. Who else did he play? Oh, he maybe can get the run back against West Balls, but I really love to see if he goes up like 2-0 on Wizrobe for the year. That's incredible for Ryobeat and really, really troubling for Wizzy. I'm not sure if I would expect that to happen, especially where Wizzy has 3 games to adapt because there'll be a best of 5. But I would love to see that. I'd also love to see Ryobeat match up with, I was going to say Yoshi, but Yoshi Amsa are pretty much like interchangeable at this point. So I'd love to see those 2 match up. So Ryobeat, my clear number 1 choice at the moment. My number 2 choice, I think just like going down the order, picking them. Also, I'm really, really glad Spark made it in. Spark definitely deserves a spot, and I think he's going to get a lot out of it. He's a talented up-and-coming player who works really, really hard, so I think he deserves that spot. Second would probably be Magi. Magi's another player I also want to see her play against Wizzy. There's a real chance that like Wizzy just gets like rocked. Say like Ryobeat, Magi, West, and I guess Sunsei's been trading sets, or recently has been beating none. So that'd be nuts if like Wizzy loses to Ryobeat, Magi, Sunsei, Weston, and just like completely shits the bed at Summit, and then he's like ranked 20 for the year. I think that would probably be enough for S2J to maybe like jump over him in the very meantime rankings. But Ryobeat, my obvious number 1. Magi, definitely my number 2. I want to see her play against Wizrobe. I would love to see her play against Mango again. I doubt she wins that set, but I would just be really curious to see like where she falls against the players. And let me pull up the players who made their... Oh god, now everything's messed up. Can I navigate my way? Is this what I want? Oh god, this is horrible. Why does Smash GG put me in such a horrible situation? This is what I want. I figured it out. Yeah. What I really want to see who she can match up against is Wizrobe. I would love to see that because they went Game 5 last time they played with Wizrobe reverse 3-0ing, which I guess could be a little bit of a foreshadowing if Ryobeat and Wizrobe meet again. But I'd really love to see Magi up against like Shroomed. Magi did beat Absent Page, if I remember correctly, last year. Not that I think that means she could beat... She has a good shot against like Cody, Hacks, Fiction, all of them. But I'd like to see how she stacks up. Be interesting to see. Excuse me. Yeah. And also, I think she has a lot to gain from the tournament. I think she could learn a lot. And she did pretty well at the Texas Invitational, because sometimes people are just like, the Invitational style of it isn't really for them. But moving on, Ryobeat's my number 1. Magi's my number 2. Now this is where it starts getting difficult. I think Pryson, EU needs with being the only EU player left, and I think is going to get a huge amount of EU support. I think EU just definitely needs someone here to brold it up. There you go. I really hope there's not some sort of like dark history or bad meaning behind Brolt. I keep on just saying it willy-nilly because it's super fun to say, but I have like 2% of an idea of what it means, so I'm just gonna keep on brolting away. No big deal. Yeah, but I think Pryson would be great because, like I said in the video earlier today, that Bryson, a lot of the EU means ultimate. I thought it means ultimate, but I was just not 100% sure. A lot of the EU heads have been talking about how good Bryson is and how Bryson could potentially wipe the floor. I don't think a lot of them have been saying as aggressively as wipe the floor with a lot of American players. But people have been saying a lot of good things about how good they think Bryson is, but we really don't have much data to go off of besides him beating Aura and... I want to say Aura and Blade-wise are the 2 players he beat at Emerald City 8, but it was 2 Peaches. And you think he lost to Nut last year? I couldn't find or remember off the top of my head the tournament he played against Nut. But I really just want to know how good Bryson is. And the other great thing about if he goes here and picks up a bunch of wins is that when Bryson goes back over to Europe, the European players who aren't able to travel solo battle, or I guess a bunch of other people. I don't know why I'm specifically calling out solo battle, especially when he's a friend of the show. But him being able to disseminate the wins back over in Europe would be pretty cool. And I think I always want for like a European, if there's someone out of region to be invited, I'd love to have that. So that'd be Ryobeat, Magi, Bryson, and then the last player who I'd want, it's definitely one of the Canadians. I don't want West. West isn't even trying to campaign. I don't know how well West is going to perform. He's been at Summit before. I'm fine not seeing him there. Chillin', again, like, it's nothing hard against Chillin'. I just rather have one of these players who's, like, fighting their ass off, someone who's been ranked in the last 2 years. Or, yeah, I think that's just, like, the full stop there. Now that I don't think Chillin's is going to try to compete hard, I think when I said I was holding back against Chillin' when I was making the video, the thing that I saw the most that I was like, I really don't want Chillin' here. Look at this. And again, placements don't matter, guys. But, like, Chillin' only, in all these tournaments, guess how many top 100 wins Chillin' picked up? He picked up a singular win across all of these events. He beat Free Palestine. That was the only win going to all these events, regularly competing. And I imagine he's probably focusing on, like, commentating and doing other things at these tournaments. But him going to all these tournaments, getting all these opportunities to pick up wins, against up-and-coming players, or pick up wins just full stop, and he only got 1 top 100 win. I'd rather have, and I'm not saying that I don't think, like, Chillin' deserves a spot, and I know Chillin's working hard to campaign for it, but I just personally would rather have someone else, like an up-and-coming player, like a Moki or Sunsei, or even a Bambi in that. Yeah. I'm very surprised. Like, go on Chillin'. I'm happy to see him there. I'm happy to see him fighting for the spot. I won't be unhappy to see Chillin' at Summit. I just would have wished someone else would have been there. So maybe that does mean I'd be unhappy. But I'm kind of going roundabout for my 4th and final pick, and that would probably, it's between the 2 Canadians, and if I had to pick between the 2 Canadians, it's definitely Sunsei. Sunsei's still really another player less in the vein of Bryson, because we have those touchstone points of Moki and None to know how good of a player he is. And even though he did have a bit of a misstep recently at Genesis 97th, 65th, losing to Vu, and I guess he almost won game 1 versus Mewtwo King, but he big threw it away, and he beat Sock from Australia, so that's all right. But losing to Vu, a Falco from Florida, man, I'm starting to like actually learn people who play Melee. Who would have thought? It only took like 3 years to figure this one out. But I think Sunsei can get a ton out of his performance at Summit. I think it'd be super valuable for him to be there. And there seems like so much talent there. He just needs the opportunity to hone it and get the chance to play against really good players that he's more capable of beating in bracket. Because if we can pull up his resume review, if we can pull up his resume review, he pretty much didn't take any bad losses, and it sucks his double elimination of Rishi and Leighton wasn't counted for the New York City PR, so therefore wasn't counted for the top 100, and he probably would have been much higher with that on his list. But see, he really, Mateo and Quaff across all these events, and I don't have their greater local records off the top of my head there, but like really, really solid and consistent events here. Even beat Null, even beat the soon-to-be top 50 Fox Null, which is pretty hype. Yeah, Sunsei, like this, when I saw this, even though I saw this and still proceeded to put Sunsei right outside my top 100, was because he really didn't have the wins because this wasn't here. So he essentially just had a Hugs win, and I think I had Ryan Ford like either right on the cusp or outside my top 100. No, it was not in my top 100. Yeah, so his only wins in top 100 would have been the real thing in Hugs. So that's why I didn't have him on my personal top 100, but goddamn, I think Sunsei's so good, and this resume shows, what I said before, and I'll say it again, this resume showed a player that just needed more opportunities to play against these top players, and I mean, he proved that at Nightmare 6, reverse 6-0ing Moki, and beating None, and yeah, so I would love to see Sunsei there, but I'll say, hey, Faye, how you doing? He dropped his bomb to get in. Yeah, K-Smash Twitter is very, very powerful. So, and what about Bambi? Bambi has never been ranked in the top 100. Bambi is not currently PR'd in any region. So, it's a similar situation. I'd probably want Bambi more than I want Chillin' Dude. Maybe just to see Bambi's youngling play against HBOXX. But again, it's like, I'd rather have someone who give the top players or like these up-and-coming players or the invitees, the other people, more of a run for their money. And I don't think, from the results that Bambi's put up, like, scraping around for finding results, like, Bambi doesn't even have a Smash Wiki page. Not that that is the final end-all, be-all judgment of if a player's really good or not. It's just, like, I don't think Bambi has enough of the sauce yet to be at Summit. It's cool that he's making a bit of a push here, and, excuse me, probably will at least not be eliminated in this round. I don't think he's going to make it. But now we can, I think I've touched briefly on all of these players. Now I can talk on, and I talked on the players who I want to make it, which would be Ryobeat, Magi, Pricent, and Sunsei. Who I think is going to make it would be Ryobeat. I think Ryobeat's got just too many points at this point to not be able to make it in. Ryobeat's lead over Bobby is absolutely insane. I think there's a real shot that like Magi and Bobby have like big bombs and could potentially overtake Ryobeat, but I imagine Ryobeat's cooking up like a medium-sized bomb to make sure he, at worst, gets the second spot in. But I think Ryobeat's gonna make it in. I think Bobby's gonna make it in. Oh god, no. I think Magi probably makes it in. Magi's just got like a huge round of supporters. And then that fourth spot, I have no clue, man. Yeah, Bambi is not on the latest Philly PR, where Slug's number 1. Yeah. Honorable mention? Yeah. Bambi used to be like 5th or 6th in Philly, yeah. I probably Pricing if, yeah. Yeah, because I'm just going by, like, how huge of, like, vote leads. Because I imagine Magi's far from done with votes. Bobby's working his ass off to get more votes. Would I rather Blur or Chillin'? Chillin'. 100%. I think that there's no hesitation, no qualms there. I'd rather have Chillin'. But yeah, it'll probably be Pricing, especially we have, like, Leffen putting his support behind him. He's like all of Europe behind him. And Chillin' has, like, MDVA. Like, yeah. But I really do think it's probably going to be Ryobeat, Bobby, Magi, and then I think after tomorrow, we'll have a better idea of who's closer to these spots. Who's getting in tomorrow? I think it's Ryobeat, and then between one of these two of Magi and Bobby. That'd be wild if somehow these guys had big enough bombs that Bobby doesn't make it, but yeah, it's probably going to be Ryobeat, Bobby, Magi, and then Pricing would be my fourth guess. The fourth one is a much, much less of a lock for me. And I think that, unless you guys have anything particular about Summit invites or Summit voting and all that jazz you want me to talk about, I think that'll do it and bring us over to our final topic of the night. Do I have any more tea? Did I finish all my tea? I don't have my French press or my coffee today, so you get no ASMR coffee pour, unfortunately. Let's talk about Hugs. I'm a big fan of Hugs. Like, is you just the right person? You feel nice and warm side. We actually have like 60 people here, and yeah, I know. I want more people. I've had the taste of the promised land. I did not talk about Bobby's rep. It was okay. Like I watched it, but you only came here for the ASMR coffee. Yeah, so that brings us to back over to the topic screen. Can I bend this, or does the green not go? Oh, the camera just doesn't go that far. Last topic we have to talk about tonight is the other smattering of events that happened this last weekend that I could talk about. which would be including, where are we at? Let's jump over to this group. Yeah. The biggest one of these that I believe I forget if you're the TO or had the stuff, the short joke in Bobby's rap. Okay, it was sick. Okay, well, I'll stop doing the big lead in. Nebbii finally on the box after playing forever on the controller, switching over the box and having like a bit of a shaky 2019. And obviously, you're going to get that when you're transitioning over the box. Taking an early loss in the tournament to Skullbro, who the chat was telling me earlier is a dock player who usually keeps it pretty close against against Nebbii. Where is Skullbro? Generally, when someone like gets like a wild upset out of nowhere, I like following them on Twitter if they have it connected. Jeez, where did Skullbro beat Nebbii and was like immediately my job is done and dipped from the tournament? That's so BM. Oh, there it is. Nice. Okay. that would be incredibly disrespectful. Also, I love the icon. That's like, ooh. Cool. Yeah. Losing to Amsa for the second loss. And Slim Shady. Yeah, but Nebbii going on an absolute tear for the losers and winning the unwinnable matchup of, I guess Yoshi's Samus and Yoshi Sheik isn't that difficult. But winning it twice in a row and getting the 3-0 in the second, it was the 3-2 in the second set. Incredible to see. Really making it seem like Nebbie's finally stabilized back with the box, back to his previous form. I forget, was Nebbii was ranked there. So, yeah, maybe we'll see Nebbii. I don't know what Nebbii has, what he has on the docket moving forward. Registered for anything? Okay, some more European tournaments. Yeah, no, incredible tournament for Nebbii. Really great to see the comeback on the box. And Europe should start getting scared. Nebbie's back. Got to get ready for Europe. I mean, Europe's going to be more prepared for Amza when they go over there, but Nebbie's scary. Also, we had another, I don't know what they actually, I can pull that up real quick, how Frenzy and Sechi were back in, oh yeah, I was going to bring it up. If you want to look for the VODs of this tournament, Super Smash Delta. Every time we talk about European tournaments, I pronounce things incredibly wrong. If you want to see the VODs from this tournament, if you want to see some high-level box action. God, I can't get over the joke of when anyone's playing in the box, like it's them writing an essay, about how they're going to win the set. Something about that like tickles me to the core. Just like, in this essay, I will prove that I deserve to win this set. Oh, this is the wrong thing I'm looking for. I was looking for the head-to-head spread. Yeah, Hax is writing a strongly worded email to your professor. Yeah, but I wanted to see. If you didn't see when I briefly popped over the tournament, Frenzy double eliminated Sechi to win this tournament. Which now it's two top 100 players fighting amongst each other. Where is Mr. Sechi? So down 4-9 for the year. I don't know if they've played any other time so far this year, but that's really good to see Nebbii. Not Nebbii. I'm getting all my strings tied. Even though it is Falcon, so Falco should hypothetically be favored. Seeing Frenzy win those two sets, pretty hype. Big sad for Sechi? No, I think this is just good for Frenzy. Maybe I'm biased because it's a red Falco. Oh, my boy Bomboni? Did Bomboni pick up any big wins here? Out here bombing? Nah, just getting fifth, losing to Sechi and Skuxy. Yeah, nothing else that I feel comfortable commenting on within here because I'm starting to know Europe a little bit stronger, but not nearly as much. Frenzy, seeing him anytime soon, also at H-Land. So it looks like H-Land's going to be, we've already got a bunch of people. Ooh. This is going to be another one of those pregame shows where I'm streaming at like 4 a.m. That's not going to be fun, but no, Nebbii was too busy winning a tournament that weekend. So we got Triff, Nebbii, over, Prof, Pip, Jayoff, Mahi, Frenzy. Yeah, this is looking like a really exciting. We've got Valhalla Part 2. Every European tournament's just Valhalla or Air. There's no difference to me, a stupid American. Yeah, but this is looking to be exciting. I would love to see, this might be where Nebbie's like, yo, wait. Wait. Melee doubles either this or Project M, not both. Love it. Yeah. Super, super excited for that. And the other, oh yeah, Frostfire. Again, pretty run-of-the-mill stuff here. Moki double eliminating Ryan Ford. Moki kind of continuing to firm his grasp on Canada being the best player there. Well, I guess it's like him or none is the best player there. But again, continuing to like firm his grasp on that. It looks like everyone won this tournament, though. Everyone got paid. Damn, everyone made a lot of money. They just couldn't decide on who gets first place. They're like, yeah, let's give it all to everyone. Oh, is H-Fun the same weekend of Full Bloom? Oh, man, that's gonna be a busy weekend for your boy. Yeah, but I don't think anything super of note in here. Again, not really knowing too much about the inner workings of Canadian Smash. And yeah, another Hacks Nightclub. Aklo keeps on getting so close. Aklo continues and continues to get so close, but it seems like Rishi's his new demon. But Aklo's just going. Aklo clocks in at Hacks' Nightclub. Like, okay, I guess I'll take. He kind of looks at the menu for a bit. He'll be like, okay, I'll take like 3 top 100 wins this week, and I guess I'll lose to like Rishi again. I'll keep it close this time, but like, yeah, I'll get second in this tournament. Aklo plays Fox. There's a great video on it. If you type in Aklo Rising Player Spotlight, you get to see a lot of really cool video on that. So that is that. Ryo beat losing to Smuckers. Ryo beating Wizzy and then coming home losing to Smuckers. I guess it's riding the hype. Curb, where did Curb fall down here? Dawson losing to Mott Money and Spare Parts. I don't know who Spare Parts plays. Mott Money plays. I don't want to guess off my head. Mott Money doesn't play Peach Fox. I always get Mott Money and Mog confused. I did the same thing last time. Yeah. And was our good pal Bon here? I think Bon went 0-2 this week, but let me see if Bon's here. Oh no, Bon took a game. Bon lost to Aklo. I think Bon was saying so. I don't know. I don't think Bon's here. Bon, SaveAsUntitled fan extraordinaire, longtime sub, friend of the show, who's Pikachu beat my ass on stream many a times. Has been doing pretty regular attendance at Hacks Nightclub, going 1-2. So I want to see some more Bon. I would love if Bon's the one who takes the upset over Aklo, catches them off guard. Yeah. Aklo, what is this link to? Aklo versus Rishi? Oh, is this a link to my video? Yeah, this does look like a pretty good video. Yeah. What? Anything else of note here? While using the Rishi and Smuckers, no real surprises there. Whoop-de-dee swoop. Did Whoop-de swoop beat anyone of note? Beat Whiskers. Close up with Whiskers. Close up with Young using the Aklo and Slocks. Yeah, nothing of note there. Aklo does have a pretty good link. Okay, GG's Kate Morlock. That's a good one. I'll give you that. Yeah, but I think nothing really super of note here. I do want to mention, I would love to hear from you guys in the immediate feedback in the chat right now, but I've been throwing around the idea, and I do a very brief storylines to look out for, especially because we have Keizu coming this week, I believe, at Hacks Nightclub. I don't know who else has signed up. But I've been throwing around the idea of making this into a kind of like weekly series to highlight some smaller scenes. I guess Hacks Nightclub isn't like a smaller local and a smaller scene, but I would want to like once a week get maybe some sort of voting or just like input from you guys of doing storylines to look out for at like a smaller local during the week, and then doing a like pregame show, like a brief, like maybe like a hour pregame show stream for a smaller event like this, talking about like the tiny storylines. So let me know, VOD people and people in the Twitch chat, because I would potentially be doing this on Wednesday with Hacks Nightclub, with Keizu being here, Swooper. Registration doesn't close till Wednesday. Yeah, exactly, Eric Cross. I want it to not be like for 2-game locals. What is Hacks' Twitter going on? Now that I don't trust you guys, anytime someone asks me to open something on Twitter, I always want to put it over here on my second monitor first. What's Hack's money doing? Oh, dude. Dude, stop. Stop. No. You already should be picking up Falcon again because you promised people to do that. God, Hack stole people's money. But he said dead ass though. Yeah, so he's gotta do it. Man. Any liars? Hacks? No money. Hacks stole my money. Oh, looks like Bond's already registered. We can see Bond, the continuing story of Bond going on. Checked. Oh, is this pound 2020 attendees? Oh God, why did my Google thing do that? Yeah, but as of now, and I'll wait for the VOD people to say that as well. Maybe I won't do the coverage now that Hacks is being, well, Hacks. But, yeah. Also, now you guys can see that right there. I put in a media application for Pound, so if that comes through, I said something about doing a pre-game show on stream or doing one at the venue. I doubt they'll agree to that. I don't know who's like the head TOs at Pound, but I may at the very least have a media pass, which would also potentially mean I could do a sub goal for Pound. But we'll see. We'll see. That's way down the line. Oh, that's only April, so that's not too far down the line. But we'll see. We'll see. Definitely keep it considering it. But okay, what of note did you guys want me to see in the Pound attendees? Amza, Rishi, Hacks will DQ out of this one. To St. Jerry, Calvar, Dark Gen X, The God, Bones, Falco, Legend, Stock Money, Fable, Dawson, Flinchy, the Magi Killer, Major Risk. Yeah, this is looking like a pretty hype set, hype tournament already. I imagine it's going to continue to get hyper because we're so far out from it. Oh, Vu's coming up? Vu's coming up from Florida for this? Polish is coming over from Pittsburgh. Fizz is coming from Colorado. She is coming down from New England. This is going to be a good tournament. Wait, was that a different Spud? Was that real Spud? Oh, it's American Spud. Boo. Yeah. Well, yeah, Hacks also DQs just as casually. Yeah, but I think that's all I wanted to talk about for today. I think that ends the official show. Unless you guys have anything else you want me to talk about, anything else you're interested in, anything else you want to talk about, anything you got on your mind about Melee or anything else? The Magi Killer is crunch. Yeah. Have you ever played Wind Waker? Yeah, I played Wind Waker. I played it a bit as a kid, never beat it as a kid, and then I came back and I beat the game when I was an adult. Support Nico? I will support... I'm just supporting Super Smash Bros. Melee. Is Nico streaming right now? Because I might call it a night and send it over to someone else. I'm interested in me analyzing a set. I'm not very good at Melee. And people don't understand that I'm really bad at Melee. So I don't think my opinions are... I still don't think my opinions are of valid note. Let me see. Why does Hacks like the toy with his emotions? Because he knows that people will still love him no matter what else he does. Hacks can do what pretty much... After he got away with the face roll thing... not with the face roll. Why did I say face roll thing? After he got away with the Falcon thing, he realized he could do pretty much anything and people are just going to still love him. If you want the honest cutting truth, that is the 100% answer. Use my votes. I have 11 votes. I want to save him in case someone needs them. Yeah, I'm looking through who's live right now unless you guys got any more questions. Oh, Sunsei's live. Sunsei's been working his ass off. Also, I'm starting to get a little... Don't tell Cody. I'm starting to get a little angry at Cody because I'm not going to say Cody's been... Not that I have, like, a copyright on doing the kind of content, like, looking over brackets and stuff like that I've been doing. But... Cody's been watching my content. The thing that got me is that, so you guys know, let me pull up this so I can make a point of comparison. Again, this is not me. I can use my spirit bomb of 11 votes. So you guys have probably gotten the notice at this point when I start my stream. I do the tweet like this where it's like in about an hour. and then I do like the time zone and that. I'm just, not that this is anything unique to me. I'm just like, it's very stupid and petty. I noticed it, but I was just like, I've had enough of Cody. You know, Cody stole the concept of time. I'm not going to attack Cody. I'll send you guys the student set. I'm not going to send you please don't tell me that, like, iBDW is, like, walking through brackets and talking about this. Okay, no, he's just looking at Summit stuff and compendiums. Okay. Well, Cody, never mind. We're going to end the show. I appreciate you guys coming here for the lovely SaveAsUntitled show. For the ranking show, it's not called the SaveAsUntitled show. Appreciate y'all being here. I had a good time talking about Super Smash Bros. Melee for the Nintendo GameCube. Always a great time hanging out with you guys. And yeah, so that's been about it. I will see you most likely. Oh, sorry, Kit Kat. Sorry. I don't know why I jumped into Canadian at that point. But I will probably be doing a stream on Wednesday, doing that very brief storylines to look out for at Hax's Nightclub. If that's something people would be interested in, still gonna wait to see for a greater response on that and just kind of how the week goes. And also, if there's no official stream for Summit as the votes are being announced, I would potentially do a stream like as that's happening during the day, but that's also kind of up in the air. But all I know for now is that I've been SaveAsUntitled. I appreciate you guys being here, even though it was a little bit shorter stream, a little bit less people here, back to the old days. And I will see you guys next time.